When you're buying a house, sometimes you don't have enough funds for your closing cost, and the seller may offer some seller's concession. So I want to give you a different breakdowns of seller's concession and bank appraisal contingency, right? So the bank has to agree with that price as well with the concessions. So let's go through different scenarios. So let's say you are originally buying this property for $681,000, right? This is what you agree on. But now if you need seller's concession, now the contract price, let's say it's 4%, will be inflated to $708,000 with everybody's agreement, right? But now your first scenario here is your standard appraisal contingency, meaning that if your contract is for $708,000 and the appraisal comes in as $708,000 or more, then we have no issue. Then you will get your full credit at the closing table without any problem. But how about the second scenario is that if it comes in as $681,000 there, right? Then you have a gap of $27,000. Do you think the seller will reduce the price? The seller is not going to take $27,000 hit on that, right? So there's a good chance they will not move forward. Can the buyer bring in $27,000? If they have the funds, if they're putting down low down payment and sometimes they don't have enough funds, then you need to restructure the credit or cancel the deal if you are protected through this contingency. The second option is that sometimes you guys can meet in the middle, saying that, hey, we are agreeing on 681 and we need the appraisal as 708, and the seller might say, hey, I know that the appraisal is going to come as 695, right? So if it comes in as 695 or more, right? Let's just go through this here. So if it comes in at 695 or more to 708 or a little bit below that, right? That means that the minimum requirement on the contract has met. So the buyer cannot automatically walk out. There's still a difference of $13,000, right? Because the contract price is 708 and the appraisal is 695. Who's going to pay for this? Same scenario here, because the seller agreed on 695 already, the difference has to be paid by the buyer. If the buyer cannot bring in the cash, there's going to be issues there, okay? If it comes in at below 695, because the seller said that it will come at least 695, then you can renegotiate or cancel the contract if the buyer doesn't want to move forward, okay? So when you're asking for seller's concession, always keep in mind that bank appraisal contingency matters so much. Before you sign the contract, review it with your attorney and make sure you understand the concept before you say yes. If you have any questions, please get in touch.